What they were doing was looking for toxic materials in water, in sediments, in fish tissues at different points along the river. And they actually sampled at places along the river all the way from El Paso, Juarez to Brownsville, Matamoros. And they screened for about 174, I believe, toxic chemicals, organics, pesticides, metals, and so forth. And my recollection is at some point along the way they found 30 toxic chemicals that exceeded either EPA levels or some other agency's levels. The absolute worst place on the Rio Grande at that period of time, according to their sampling, was just downstream of Laredo and Nuevo Laredo. I think they found 11 toxic substances in the river just below Laredo, Nuevo Laredo. And that was the highest incidence of toxic materials at any given place. They also looked at the creeks, the tributaries, and I mentioned Manatas Creek earlier, where the Anzon smelter had been for several decades, and it was no surprise that antimony and thallium and some other heavy metals were found in high levels there. The other creeks in Laredo that they sampled were Zacate Creek. Zacate Creek is the creek that runs pretty much down the middle of Laredo. And one of the major toxic chemicals they found there was diazinon. Now, diazinon is an insecticide that up until about 2 years ago, you could go down to the local grocery store or any place that would sell insecticides and you could buy diazinon. Well, in the U.S. it was taken off of the market about 2 years ago because it was determined that this caused some pretty serious neurological damage, especially in children. Well, Zacate Creek had high levels of diazinon, and there's no agriculture per se on Zacate Creek, and so the speculation, of course, is that it's us. You know, we got fire ants. We got imported fire ants out in the lawn. We got to get rid of those fire ants. Well, diazinon. And so I think the diazinon in that creek was largely the result of just the inhabitants overusing this insecticide, and then the runoff into the storm drains and then eventually into the creek was the cause of that.